this is Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Alright, so I was just reading an article on Boxing Scene. I'll leave that article in the description box, and you can click it, read, and come to your own surmise about it. But it was just Joshua talking about if he beats Klitschko, then, you know, this will make him legend overnight. But even in the article, you know, Joshua was, you know, he came to the conclusion that even if he does beat Klitschko, there's still more that he has to do. It's not just about beating Klitschko. And it seems like a lot of fans, you know, believe as if you beat Klitschko, then that's just the end-all, be-all of things. And, you know, I don't necessarily see it that way, especially being that Klitschko's already lost. I know he hadn't lost in, you know, what, 10, 11 years before he lost to Fury, but he has lost before, been knocked out before, you know what I mean? So it's not like it's something that's never happened. You know, Fury had a chance to capitalize on a very good situation. You know, and he just didn't do it. You know, it seemed as if beating Klitschko and, you know, becoming the lineal champion just seemed as if, you know, as of right now, it just seems as if that was just good enough for him. And if that's the case, then hey, man, you know, everybody's dreams aren't the same, you know. But if you really want to go down in history with the, you know, the Alis and the Vander Holyfields and guys like that, man, just the all-time great heavyweight fighters, Joe Louis and all those guys, Larry Holmes, you have to, you know, not only win the title, but make some defenses and against other, you know, the other fighters that are rated high in your era. You know what I mean? So I like that Joshua, you know, he's confident he's going to win this fight. But even if he does win this fight, he knows that there's more work to be done. Especially if you do beat Klitschko, I don't necessarily think it makes you into legend overnight. I mean, I don't consider Tyson Fury a legend because he beat Vladimir Klitschko. I think what he did was very impressive to be the first guy to beat him in a long period of time, and all his, what he had, like 18 straight title defenses. To put it into that was impressive for him to do it. But you need to capitalize on it. You know, can you retain the title multiple times after beating Klitschko? So I think this would be a great win for Joshua before he doesn't have 20 fights yet. So if he's able to beat a future Hall of Famer who still seems as if he has something left. I mean, I don't think Vladimir is I don't think Vladimir Klitschko is shot. I mean, I guess we'll see on fight night, you know, where he's at. But I mean, he lost the 12-round decision, man. So I don't necessarily think he's shot. I just think he had trouble dealing with Tyson Fury's movement. You know what I mean? He just wasn't comfortable letting punches go for whatever reason. He just didn't let them go. And Fury had a lot to do with that. His awkward style. He was able to out-jab Klitschko on fight night. He's doing a lot of different things, you know. But I think this would be a great win for Joshua, and it would definitely add to his legacy. You just beat a future Hall of Famer. And if you can destroy him or knock him out within a few rounds, it's really going to look good on your resume. But there's an afterlife after that. It's not just about beating Klitschko. There's still other guys out there. And it seems as if Joshua's, you know, willing and ready to fight those guys. You know what I mean? But these guys all need to fight each other, man. 2017 is the year of everybody. Let's fight each other. I don't want to hear no more excuses, man. I just don't want to hear no more excuses. I mean, the time is now, you know, especially if Klitschko were to lose this fight, it'd be, you know, the beginning. I think it's the beginning of a new era anyways, but this will really solidify it. If he's able to beat him, there's no more excuses, man. Just no more. And, you know, I just don't want to hear an excuse from nobody. I don't give a damn if it's your favorite fighter, if you went to the same high school as he did or whatever. That's totally fine. All that personal stuff. For me as a heavyweight fan, listen to me, heavyweight fan, not fan of one or two or three fighters. I'm a fan of the entire division. I want to see good fights. I want to see some unification. I want to see guys fighting the highest rated available guy. All right. And I just want to see these fights get underway, you know, especially if Klitschko's out the way with, now we don't have to worry about, you know, him ruling the division. We have all types of talent. There's all types of good fights that can be made with the upper echelon of the division. You know what I mean? Let's get these fights done this year. Not next year, not 2 years from now. Let's get shit done this year. I mean, let's try to knock some of it out this year. You know, we probably can't get to every single fight this year. I totally understand. There's only 12 months. You know what I mean? But let's knock some of these fights out, man. Let's get some of the, and we kind of know the fights we want, right? We kind of know the fights we want. For instance, if Parker can't unify with Wilder, okay, well, let's look down the IBF list, or I'm sorry, not the IBF, but the WBO list of available fighters that you can fight. You know what I mean? And I think he'll do that. Whoever wins this fight between Joshua and Klitschko, well, Klitschko's been proven to fight all his mandatories. Unless I'm mistaken, I mean, he's been proven to give everybody chances. Undefeated guys, Pulev, Jennings. I mean, the list goes on and on. Fury, even though he lost the fight, gave Fury a chance. The list goes on and on with him. Povetkin, Hay. You know what I mean? Like, so there was never a problem with Vladimir. Joshua, from what I'm hearing from him and the pace that he's going on, I don't see anything from him. Wilder, I know he's been battling injuries and so on and so forth. He says he wants to unify. He did call out Anthony Joshua before that Areola fight. He wanted to fight Joshua by the end of the year. Then he fought Areola and he hurt his hand. But I totally understand what guys want, but I need to see this year. We need to see. And I don't even want to hear it being anybody's fault. Let's have no faults. Let's just fight each other. I know that's kind of, you know, me trying to live in a perfect world, but perfect opportunity, man. Klitschko will be out the way if he loses now. I mean, he'll be out the way. And even if he doesn't lose, he'll be 41 years old. You know what I mean? So somebody has to go in there and, you know, try to treat him like the old man that he is. Even if he's not your average 40-something-year-old guy, you can't be 27, 28 years old, man, trying to make a mark in this game, and you're not willing to go in there and get the old guy up out of there. It happens in every era, okay? So if you Klitschko fans, I'm not picking on your favorite fighter. This every era of boxing. You know what I mean? So just no more excuse. I just don't want to hear no excuses this year from anybody. I just don't want to hear them no more. I'm just, you know, I just don't want to hear it no more. So hopefully these guys will be on their P's and Q's, man, and give us these fights. If you can't unify, I mean, it's not really hard to just look at your, you know, if you're holding the title, to look at the sanctioned body that you're in. And we kind of know which ones are the exciting fights, right? We don't really, you know, need to talk about this shit over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? We kind of know that, let me just come up with something. We know Joshua and Ortiz would be a great fight. Right, we know Wilder versus Dylan White would be a good fight. You know what I mean? Like, some of these are kind of no-brainers, man, even if you can't unify. Let's get some good fights this year.